I think you have vehement agreement
Of course.
from the panelists, including myself, on that particular point. We really do have to become better stewards of our environment. All of us have a role to play in that one. So thank you, Carla, for sharing with us tonight.
You're most welcome. Have a good night and drive home.
Thank you very much.
Safe.
Bye-bye.
Shakwan, young people, how do we get the brigade of young people? I've noticed that there was this young lady, Good Humans, I think she calls it.
Yes.
Josh-Annette. And she's been able to mobilize to get young people in schools, etc., to do this. Do we need more Josh-Annettes? Do we need more of that type of brigade? Talk to me about Josh-Annette's example.
Well, I want to first start off by saying that Josh-Annette is one of the most vibrant persons that I've ever met.
Yeah.
I remember that we had a conversation outside of a radio
we have another caller. We always have to take the call. Caller, good evening. Go right ahead, please.
Good evening, Auntie Gambabula. And good evening, Mr. Nicholas.
Good evening, Mr. Prifo.
And good evening, Mr. Gardner.
Yes, good evening. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm just I'm going to stand with that lady there, that last caller. Now, I live on St. John Street. You have a Chinese restaurant. You buy beers, you buy your food. And you look at people. I have 2 garbage drums beside me. My neighbors have one over there. And you know what they do? They eat, they drink, they put it under their car and drive off leaving there. Where is the pride within us here in Antigua and Barbuda? Our people is just, all of a sudden our people turn nasty.
Yep.
I don't understand where is civic pride. And it's about time that there are laws that put in place for people that are littering.
Correct.
They piece up then they come and pay on your place. There's something seriously have to do with it. Something have to do about that. Because it's not nice. It's not nice. When you look at the gutters and then the amount of bottles that are running down. And I'm not going to bash anybody, but there is a training program within the health department. Please try and get to the people in St. John City West. Get some plastic bag and a few gloves. Because it doesn't make no sense you pull them out the gutter and leave them there and nobody take them. They go right back in.
Yeah.
Put them in a bag and tie them and leave them there. It's better.
Correct.
Come on, Antigua. Just want to say that, Mr. Nicholas, how you doing?
I'm pretty good, Tavo. Pivo.
You can bowl any googly now?
I never was a spin bowler. I was always
you so busy.
I was always medium fast. But I can bowl the googly.
Well, I heard a tune this morning. And I heard the mouth, which I told it was coming back. So I'm telling you, get on your guard.
Please.
Get on your guard because you can't afford those corridors to get in.
Please.
Right?
Please.
So let us do it. And most of all, I'm going to leave it with the nation. Patience is the key to life.
Yeah.
Remember, let's not forget what happened yesterday. We don't want it to recur. And these are trial times. Look at this war start between Israel and Iran.
Right.
Those can even be more problem for us because we import most. Some of our tourists might even come, which tourism is our greatest grade.
It can have a big impact on us if we're not careful.
You know, so I just want our people to have patience and work with us.
Yeah.
Because it took 2 years for you people match up Antigua, you know.
Yeah.
And it's going to take more to build it. And come on, look at this place for today. People, rise up, change your frame of mind.
But I think Taza, the message that I'm getting from these 2 young men here tonight is that there is a gap. We've done some good work, but there is a gap. We still need to...
Take it easy, and you know you will always see me.
Oh, indeed. I think...
Yes, because I didn't see you for Father's Day. Anyway, you know, we don't get blue roses, but at least some of us are just there, you know?
Yeah, well, I still have some cake. I still have cake at home for Taza, so I don't know about you. I got a nice cake done, I'm telling you. So don't. I had a nice Father's Day. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Cat every day is Father's Day. Have a lovely evening.
Indeed.
Thank
Thank
you, gentlemen.
Thank you for joining us in the program. Now, I was going to make the point about the whole question of the reaching the young people. I'm taking away that, yes, we have to continue in the development that we're doing, because that's part of renewable energy, the the whole question of education, improve healthcare, expanding the economy, diversifying the economy, even looking at developing the blue economy. But there is still
a gap.
The feeling. The people must feel the success.
Feel and understand.
They must they must feel the progress in the country. And the way they feel it is through the environment. Correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Right.
And I think what Josh and Ed have been able to do is to use a platform and also her organization to get young persons to come together and to break records, because there was a Guinness record in which they would have brought the other day. I think it was tying ropes to a bottle. I think it was the longest plastic bottles, something in regards to that challenge.
Over 10 million?
Right, it was about the stadium.
The stadium, yes.
And, what she told me was that the feedback from the younger kids, they were very excited. They were asking, when are we going to do
positive.
it? Right.
When are we going to do something else like
exactly.
this again?
And what she's been able to do is also to monetize it. So she would have partnered with a few companies.
Yeah.
And she's been able to employ a few individuals. So while she's also trying to eliminate the plastic that we're seeing within our environment, she's also looking at the fact that these plastic can be used as something good.
To repurpose.
Right.
Recycle
and
upcycle.
Just look at, for instance, old tires. That's a big complaint right there. And we have seen tires being used as these sorts of rubber for making playgrounds. That's another business opportunity. So you speak about, sustainable development. You're using the old and bringing in the new.
Right.
You're using a rubber tire and creating business opportunities out of that.
Correct.
I'd love to see maybe a young person come to you, and, speak in regards to the EDP. Or they can transform, old tires into creating rubber. And, as you know, we're trying to create a more greener environment. They could very much well use these to create green spaces and these playgrounds using these rubber tires.
Yeah.
Not switching off a Josh in it, but this is what she's been able to do.
Right. So we need more Josh in it.
Right. Yeah,
persons
definitely.
who actually care, persons who are passionate.
Very passionate.
Sometimes it's not easy, and it can be a daunting task. But what she has been able to do so far that I've seen is to be consistent with her messaging. She knows that, listen, it's tiring to try to push the fact that we need to repurpose our waste. There's no way else to put it, because right now cooks and hold everything. So we must find creative ways for us to recycle as well as upcycle, which is simply repurposing those same waste material to bring value in a next way. And I mean, she's starting from the grassroots. She's using the children from primary school. And once they can understand the importance of recycling from primary school and becomes a habit for them, when they go back home, they're gonna say, "Mommy, Daddy, don't throw away that bottle. Let me get that cup and let me make a dress. Let me go and use a bottle to plant my seeds." And right then they will take a bottle and they will go and plant some trees in the bottle. And right then they learn about farming. And right there we can even say, okay, this is a part of food security. So if you realize there's a trend, there's a domino effect right here that she's trying to do.
Yes.
And once you can get that and hammer that in from when persons are young, it's not taught in the curriculum that okay, you need to recycle all this and this is the benefit.
Right.
But because outside of the school setting, you realize that the tangible benefits are there and they're active in it, it's going to become a way of life for them, and then that's how we can change the future.
And right, and you guys, I have to tease you, Alan, and said y'all are going to be around, God willing, for much longer period than I. So these are the issues that are going to be with your generation for the next 20, 30 years to come. And one of them has to do with movement from internal combustion engines vehicles to these new electronic vehicles, whether or not we go to hydrogen generated.
Which is a big thing right now.
So the question is the repurposing. Early this year, we had this forum at the John Eugene St. Louis Center, and I had addressed that meeting, and I'd referenced this point that we have to begin to think about recycling, and there is an industry that can come from it.
Indeed.
I've been to Trinidad several times, and there is this particular town in Trinidad where it's almost like a car graveyard, but it's what they do. They cut cars up and they splice them back. You could go buy half of it, or half of a Corolla, and two halves, and stitch them back together and make one. But the metallurgy that comes from the recycling of the vehicles. You see, what's going to happen over the last, I would say, 10 years, gentlemen? So many of these used cars came in from Japan.
Yeah.
And in truth and in fact, what Japan is doing, Japan is allowing us to clean up their own environment, because they're now moving rapidly towards EV. And so they're selling the internal combustion engines here. We get a deal, and it's of some value to us, yes.
Yeah.
But at some point in time, and the environment, the horizon is not more than 15 years away.
Correct.
Because by 2040, most of the manufacturers are going to start producing internal combustion engines. And so they're going to be outside of the maintenance window. And when we adopt this new electronic vehicles, we have in excess of 50,000 vehicles that we're going to have to. They can't go in the landfill.
Right.
No.
So we're going to have to find a way of repurposing and utilizing the quality, the material that is within it. So
that's another challenge as well.
These are another challenge that's going to create some environmental challenges for us. But gentlemen, I have to tell you, this has really inspired me to look and talk some more. I might certainly increase my network by working along with you. I know, Shekwan, you had called me on several occasions on this particular program, and I like the fact that you push and push until you got through. You have my full attention. But my good friend here had journeyed with me, and I know he's going to be interested in going back to the International Solar Alliance from the standpoint of exposing the work that has to be done for renewable energy. I have no difficulty with that, Caleb, so you can just be assured. And I don't know what you feel of work, Shekwan. I didn't ask. Where are you currently employed? Are you a student at UB?
I am currently at the Development Control Authority. My degree is currently in project management, so I'm in that field of construction. That's my focus study.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right. So yes, gentlemen, your closing remarks, because I'll allow the program to go. With you. You've been my special guest. I really did enjoy this little rap session that we had here tonight.
Of course.
Well, I want to first just highlight my friend in St. Vincent. She's also part of the Youth Advisory Group. See that she's listening. She sent the link in the group. So I'm sure the others are listening.
So we in St. Vincent? Hail up St. Vincent. My Vince is massive.
Yes. So I want to say good night to you. And we have a lot of work to continue. And I want to say a special thank you to you, Mr. Nicholas, for really bringing us here. I think in a world like today, it's very hard, especially when you want to be so upfront in national developments and really helping your country. That it's a fight getting young persons in the room. It's very hard sometimes getting at the right tables to push your ideas or recommendation. I want to thank you. I hope the conversation doesn't just end here. And I also would like to commend you as well for seeing the good in Caleb and walking with him to India. I think that's very commendable as well. And, I honestly believe that the future of Antigua is bright. I think that all of us have potential, not just us here, but us as youths. I think that once we tap into it, we can be something special. And overall, I would just like to thank all the listeners here tonight, and I hope that everyone gets a good night rest, and to my fellow counterparts here, get home safe as well.
Yes, indeed. Caleb?
Well, thank you so much, Minister, for allowing us to be here. It's definitely been a fruitful discussion. And, I must commend Shakwan as well, too. Shakwan has definitely grown over the last couple of years. And I'm really proud. He has a lot of potential. And for you, for recognizing, and bringing us here is a step towards development, not just only for young people, but to include us in the discussion is very commendable, and hopefully more of this can be done.
Sure.
More of this can be done, and even with the other members of cabinet as well, to just to have us and give insight. But for me, it's definitely been good. I also want to commend you for the hard work that you've been doing and continue doing in ministry. And congratulations on Antigua. We hitting the 9 million gallons of water as well too. That's something that needs to be celebrated. And I mean, with God's grace and blessings, we'll continue to thrive as a government, and we will work hand in hand to ensure that the message is received to all persons from the different walks of life.
All right. Well, your colleague Raheem Smith joined us from Grenada as well.
Yes.
So,
good night to you, my friend.
Grenada massive. Stand up, Grenada. Yeah. So I'm really delighted. The program has come to an end now, but I think in terms of a format, I think you guys have more to contribute.
Of course.
And if it is that you would like to use this platform at any other point in time, you wanted to focus on something with the environment, even bring Joshuanet in, I will certainly make way and certainly lend you the platform. I have no difficulty with that. I was once a young man like you guys, and I really am proud of what I'm seeing in both of you. And we look forward to see this number expand. I have a feeling about education for young men.
Yeah. And
I will just share one final thing with the audience before we go. I picked this up on social media today. It was somebody's note, and I thought it was instructive in the way he said it. And he got it from something called Inspiring the Next Generation. And it says, a boy becomes a man through pain, failure, rejection, loss, disrespect, deadly risks, and heartbreaks, not age. I want to repeat that. A boy becomes a man through pain, failure, rejection, loss, disrespect, deadly risks, and heartbreak, not age. So we're talking about the emotional fabric of what makes a man, and it comes through all of these experiences. I think we have two lovely young men here who are going to be the pillars upon which and some fortunate young women will eventually find a bond with both of you and begin a new family and build something else for us to look forward to in the future years to come. Thank you very much, gentlemen, and we safe journeys home for everyone.
Yes, thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Same too.
Keegan, and thank you for being with us so faithfully as you have been. You and I still have our piece of work cut out to do. I said that every night that I'm here with you is because I intend to fulfill all my promises that I made to you. All right? Cheers. Good night.
Yes, we keep holding strain, but we must keep fighting. Regardless of how it come, we just can't surrender. We gotta keep working towards a better future. We may never be always down and fighting to stay off the ground. We must remember our day will come.